Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 47 of Kenshi. So I received a lot of really good tips, so I wanted to thank everyone like Chromology and Yezerul and Ron and others for really helping to steer this series. So what I'm going to do right now is to have Rhadamant heal up, and then instead of trying to level up some martial artistry, we are going to go on an adventure, because I think I owe it to all of you to do just that. Or at least it would be more exciting, I suppose. So, let's see. We need Rhadamant to get a nice weapon. Out of range, okay. We have a lot of good katanas here, so I'm going to actually make sure that I have everyone that should have a good katana that they do. Maybe not as a secondary weapon, but at least if their primary only weapon is a katana like Rhadamant, they really ought to have the best one I have available. Same over here. I don't know why I have extra armor plating. And this way we're inflicting the maximum amount of damage that we can. A lot of the Greenlanders that I have here did not have good katanas. Alright. I think I've used up all of my best katanas. Stubbs. So what I'm going to do is have people like Ruka, who have a primary, to switch katanas for the good ones. Just to outfit them more fairly. Oh, Ruka is already full bag. I need to do a bit of a trade run too. Same with Janes. Have him switch his great katana out for a more lackluster one. And then Stubbs and Wing Wang can claim those better katanas. It's too bad this box isn't slightly closer to the beds. Green with the Wakasashi. That makes sense. Silver and Beep. Beep doesn't really need a katana, a good one. Silver does need a good one, so we gotta find one other good one. And Ron has one. And Jane's will switch for this one. And then Silver will switch for this one. Maybe. I do have a bunch of people that need bolts as well. So let's see about sharing bolts. Oh, right, and Pingu needs to put away a lot of meat and leathers. We also want to use up these books that I've got going on. I don't know how many of these leathers I need, or animal skins. I'll fill up the box and sell the rest. Oh, nope, we needed them all. Steel bars. The teeth will be sold, so I'm not going to worry about that. The inferior katanas and ninja blades and stuff like that will also be sold. I'm going to keep the Falling Suns in a box. I'm about to go on a dangerous-ish mission. I know that sounded weird. So that means that I really don't want to start to train on new weapons. Okay, all that stuff can be sold. That's not very heavy, so we could have people wear that. Then for the slower people, or the quicker humans, we can put on better boots. The Shek still need to level up a little bit before I do that, because these boots slow you down. But for most of our Greenlanders, they're fast enough to afford it. For most of the Shek, they are not. They tend to be the slowest members of our group. So here's some extra boots that Pingu can go ahead and sell. I'm going to go to the Ashlander goggles too. I don't really need it. Then, let's put the science books away. Why is the game acting a little jumpy right now? I don't know. Making sure that nobody has anything they shouldn't. So going through their inventory And yeah, so here's a perfect example. A really good sword that does not belong on him. We'll give it to Ruka's backup. Actually, green has a Wakasashi, that's fine. Yeah, Ruka's backup. So anything I want to keep should be put away. Anything I want to sell, like this abundant of Paladin crosses, that's fine. I can store them on them because Pingu's just about filled to the brim. Most of my crossbowmen have 3 bolts. Okay, so now they're all sharing bolts accordingly. I'm really happy about these Hiver shirts. That will definitely keep me a lot more safe. I was actually thinking of, for green, putting a police helmet on him. So let me crank one out. I guess I could have left those. Because if he ever gets hit in the head, I don't want it to bypass the helmet. I'd rather have him have the penalties of a police helmet than possibly losing him to something silly and stupid. So at this point, we're just waiting for Rhadamant to heal up, and then we'll get going. Come on. Burn's close enough. Okay. Everything looks good. Some people don't have meds, so I can divvy up some advanced meds on them. Most people have at least a kit, which is great. But some don't. I should also remember to bring some of these teeth. And Pingu will bring the food and teeth. That looks good. Wooden sandals don't belong in that box anyway. Alright, I'm all healed up. Pop the gate. I think instead of following Pingu, I'm just going to pick him up. So, Rhadamant has enough weight. I don't think he's going to ever get faster. We really need a Garu for that. So, in the interest of not taking forever to make travel, I'll scoop him up. Trying to figure out who the slowest is. Sadnil, maybe. At least we're up to 22. That's pretty fast. And we will head first south to this high village. Turning jobs off for everyone. You don't have work, do you? Let's turn this back on. That way you'll have work. Might as well make some extra drugs if I'm standing around. It looks like the hemp... Oh, actually, we're doing a pretty good job of getting through our backlog of fabrics. Although we do have a giant stockpile of them. And our lovely high bounty prisoners are still hanging around. Nothing wrong with that. Molly, when you are idle... Oh, you are a weaponsmith. You are idle because you have to put your weapons away. I need a big backpack on her, clearly, because this is going to become an issue. Alright, so we're going to make some suns here, and then... when you're not working plate beat? No, we don't really need plates. When you're not working chainmail, craft. At this rate, I'm not exactly... I guess I could use some normal katanas. More to make sure everyone has a 115 katana on them. That would not be a bad goal. And any excess katanas I have. Oh, nice. We're starting to get plated pants. Any extra katanas that we have, we can go ahead and just sell. As for the rest of the base, let's check. Copper, we have plenty. Iron, we have an okay amount. Where a lot of our plates are going straight into chainmail production, so we don't really have a lot of plates, which is something to think about. Some dead fog heavies, dead fog prints just like laying at our doorstep. That's kind of funny. No mercy. Ooh, food box looking good, looking healthy. I like that. Getting our last wind built. As you can see, our charge is in the positive. At night, we are generating about 100 more than we're using, which is great. Someone cracked a joke that I really like, that if I add any more to the roof here, this house will become up and start floating away. Some of the home crew here is wounded. I'm going to make sure Shrike and Molly aren't, but some of the other ones are wounded from some of the defenses, so I'll heal them up. Just in case I need to defend myself again, it would help for them not to be hurt. Okay, we're definitely at the high village. And I want to start trading. They're already calling out my no-hive status. Hopefully they'll still trade with me. Yep, they are. Sweet. Alright, Pingu has a lot of junk to sell you guys. Alright, and that's all they can afford. That's fine. Toothpick bolts. And I'm going to buy the iron plates. Oh, well, if I bought the iron plates and toothpick bolts, they'll have a little bit more wiggle room to sell. Wait, are you already pissed about Hiveless here? Oh, wait, I'm trying to trade on Pingu. Dope. Okay, back to Pingu. No, they can't really afford anything else. Okay, that's fine. We did make a bunch of money selling those skulls and some of those weapons. This isn't the prosthetics. This is. I should ditch the iron crosses that I have, first and foremost. So, Kang had a few. Oh, and we're out of range. Everyone go here. And then trade again. Okay. Don't know why hivers ever would need iron crosses, but weapons of my enemies or something, I don't know. Okay, we're all sold up. Following Sadneil, and we are going to head down to this way station next. My home crew that has been healing up, we'll get them on their feet once they're fully healed. Close enough. Bard. Alright, so one thing I need to do with Bard is make sure the engineering task is as high as possible. This was pointed out to me a bunch of times, that if they have a haul to task, they will haul the resources that they were going to use to engineer with back to the boxes, putting them into like a permanent stun lock. Not stun lock, but a permanent vicious cycle of picking up building materials and putting them away. One of the things I've been waiting to do, and actually I should start teching for this now, because I do have the books, is to start to work towards automation. So hydroponics would be nice, but I'm not going to do it. We want a fully automatic ore drill, which means we need to get 2 AI cores. Now, 1 more is purchasable at the scrapyard. And that also means we need the semi-automatic ore drill, which is expensive, but I'll go for it. Advanced weaponsmithing 2. And I need 1 more book, I think, for the better weapon grade 3. Yes, 1 more book. Let's, now that we're standing here, poke into this ruin. I don't think there's anything in this ruin, but if we're standing around, we might as well grab it. Just loading the zone. Janes, why are you lagging behind? Are you actually slower? No. He's running like a really oddly. Oh, hello. What is this, a skin spite? Nope. Berserker. Cool. We're fighting around berserkers here. With their frag axes. Alright. If you want to fight, you will get a fight. Checking. Yeah, the other weapons kind of sell. So might as well grab some. You can carry that many. Hobbs, you can grab some too. Their armor certainly doesn't sell, but their frag axes are big, bulky, and somewhat expensive. Who else has a backpack? King, you get a big backpack. He's carrying a lot of the food for us. So that's all he can carry. Ruka, you can carry some. I don't think anyone actually got all that wounded. No, Sadnil actually got pretty busted up in the chest. And there is some rusty chainmail here. A bunch of other frag axes, which I can loot. So what I'm going to do is have Rhadamant grab some stuff and then share it with Pengu. I don't think I need the tools. I already have 3 sets. So I'll grab the frag axes. Is there iron plates? There are, in fact, iron plates. 1. Maybe the plank will sell. Oh, yeah, there's some more stuff over this way. Oh, I never grabbed a weapon with him. That's a big derp. Ruka. Put your katana on Rhadamant. That was not my intention. I really thought I had grabbed a katana. But clearly that is not the case. We don't really, now that I think about it, we really don't absolutely need all the money here. I mean, leaving it on the ground seems a little pointless. Like, I might as well grab it if I'm standing here. But, ration pack. But at this point, we have a fairly steady source of income. So it's not that important that I strip as much as I can. But given that there's a finite number of ruins, it doesn't hurt, I suppose. Oh god, there's even more. These are pretty expansive Shek ruins here. There's a lot of stuff here. I wonder how full Pengu is. Alright, we're ready to go again. And we're still going to head to this way station. Oops, wrong person. Rhadamant slowed a little bit. Pengu, you can still fit some more stuff. Burn. Who's room? Ruka has a little bit of room. Stubbs does. There. Now I'm not slowed too much. .21. Actually, 21 might make me the slowest. But I think it's just the extra weight. So I'm trying to share some of the weight. Now I'm back up to 22. Yep, I'm back up to 22. Let's share some of the meds. And we'll be full speed in just a second. Once I sell all this junk. Come on, guys. Find your pathing. What is going on here? You are all stuck inside a tree or something? Okie dokie. I don't mind if I trade. What blueprints do you have? Basic furniture? Ah, nothing I really want. I mean, it's a quick way, I guess, to net a pretty penny. We're using a lot of iron plates, so let's stock up. Here we go. That will help the economy back home for sure. Hell, I'll even buy the steel bars. They're expensive, but I have the money now. Do you... Wow, I really filled them up. I don't think they're selling toothpicks, so we'll get going. Rhadamant is 22 speed. Okay, that works. And we are going to head to this swamp village next. So if we just research the semi-auto ore drill, oh, and we also have some people that are just still sleeping, we ought to upgrade this with iron plates that we don't really have. Let's see, industry, steel bars 2, iron plates 4. All things that I could use. We just need more books. That's what it comes down to. The more I want to automate back home, the more books we're going to really require. Now that I'm in the swamp, I really ought to look where I'm going. It's very easy for spiders to sneak up on you and consume you. That's sort of a general rule of thumb, is to never look away when you're in the swamp. Now the skeletons just like walk underground. They just sink to the bottom. But everyone else has to swim. So the skeletons are going to be a little faster than everyone else. Except for Janes, who finds a way around, sort of. Oh, a bunch of them are. All the Shek are like, yeah, we're not so much into swimming. Some swamp raptors. Not all that interested in taking a bunch of damage before we go to the bounty that we're headed towards. So I'm going to basically say no to the swamp raptors, or I think we could definitely take on swamp turtles. And we are headed to the Red Saber hideout. All right, so everyone's here, right? I don't know why I'm headed to this village. I guess buying more bolts wouldn't be terrible. But I doubt this little village has a store for it. These little villages tend not to have a lot of stuff. Iron hat. They have a bunch of hat things that I don't know. I figure at this point, given how wealthy I am, I might as well just buy whatever hats I can get my hands on. And they do have some iron plates. Because we are going through the iron plates. I started with sad nail. Okay. We're all set. Alright, sad nail. Everyone following him, including you, Ruka and Burn. How'd you guys get there? Burn, how are you even there? You're like stuck, aren't you? Ruka shouldn't be stuck. Alright, this is going to require a little bit of extra help. Every now and then the pathing screws up. Doesn't happen often, but sometimes you just need to lend a hand. Because they'll get themselves somewhere that they just can't get themselves out of. Like sticking your hand into a pickle jar. Something along those lines. So I'm going to skirt the edge of the ruins, or edge of the swamp, so we don't have to swim a lot. But I do want to go to that lost outpost, so this ruin here. Planning on heading there first. No, maybe we'll just go ahead for the bounties. So there's a road here that we ought to be using. Yep, good. Now the bandits down here are, well, I guess I should explain it this way. Some of the quote-unquote bandits are bandits against big governments like the Holy Nation. So although they're labeled as bandits, they are only fighting against the Holy Nation or some other oppressive organization. These bandits are just bandits. The ones in this area, the Red Sabers and the Swamp Ninjas, they just run like a mob. They run protection rackets and stuff like that. They're not in any way Robin Hood type bandits. They're just jerks. Or at least that's my understanding of it. So, all right, Rain Janes, come on down, everybody. Oh, we found a nest of swamp raptors. Alright, well, they're neutral. I didn't really want to get in any big fights on my way here. Want to be fully healed up. Now, our group is pretty capable at this point. I'm not about to take on a bunch of Inquisitors from the Holy Nation. You know, they're toughest fighters, but I can pick on most random groups of enemies with relative ease, I guess. I'm actually surprised about the severe lack of fauna I've been running into. We have not really seen a lot of even swamp turtles. I wouldn't mind running into some of them so I could get more meat. Back home, I think we have enough meat wraps, to be honest, given the amount of meat that we just went home with from the beak things. I love how this is a road on the map. It's like, it doesn't look like much of a road to me. Then again, as a New Englander, this is exactly what the roads look like by springtime from a bad winter. Okay, so we do have some blood spiders here. I'm going to reconvene everyone over here. Sadnail, run! Make sure everyone gets out of the water first. Come on, Sadnail, what are you doing? Why are you so slow? No, okay, I know why. because you are running at the speed of the lowest common denominator here. Okie dokie. Now these are the blood spiders I was sort of expecting. This looks very strange, the way Rhadamant's flailing Pingu overhead. Yeah, we took some licks. Nothing all that serious. I don't want to stick around, though, here for too long, because these blood spiders do have a tendency to get back up. I could loot them, but it's easier just to move on. So I'll wait for Burn to... Alright, I think everyone's good. And continue on the path. Oh, Stubbs is not good. Alright, Griffin's now the slowest. Maybe someone else can afford holding Stubbs. Probably Silver is the first choice, given how... 19, okay. That's an acceptable speed. And that is the exact reason why I need better boots. He doesn't have the best possible boots and better pants. That would have possibly protected his legs and whatnot. Oh, there's definitely some sort of ninja fighting. Oh, what is it? Swamp ninjas versus blood spiders. Nice. I like it. That's one of the things that this game has. I feel like a lot of other RPG games don't. Is the world feels very, very alive here. Pretty much everywhere you go, there's some sort of battle happening and faction wars and things like that. Where a lot of... oh, there's the outpost. A lot of other games, like, let's take Skyrim, just because it's really popular and everyone has it as a point of interest. Who are you? You are a band of bones. Not the people I'm aiming to fight. In Skyrim, you don't have a lot of big wars happening that aren't pre-scripted between factions. You don't have... the Nords versus the Imperials, you don't happen upon giant battles between them very often, which upsets me, because the possibility of that being the case was there. You know, you could have these crazy epic-style battles everywhere. But that's what you get here. You see that a lot. Do I want to take a pit stop for the swamp turtles? No. Wow, there is a lot of them. I could feed an army with this number of swamp turtles. But we're pretty good on food. I'm just going to keep pushing ahead. We're basically at the outpost. Here it is. Red Saber hideout. You really shouldn't name your building the Red Saber hideout if you're trying to be subtle. Let's put Pingu down. I'm also going to put Stubbs down. Stubbs is a crossbowman, so it doesn't really matter if you can't run. And let's knock nicely. Hello. They're not even hostile to me. They're about to be. Telling me to go to hell. So that's the Red Saber boss right there. And we are slicing his chest open. They're now hostile to me, presumably because I killed some of them. Alright, so we have a Maito, or however you pronounce it, I'm sure I'm screwing it up, weapon on this dude. I will figure out who ought to wear it soon. But I'm stripping the boss, and let's make sure he doesn't die. Crumbles down. What are you doing? Who is this? Wandering oh, the Shinobi Thieves are here to, like, randomly help me out. That's pretty cool. That's one of the advantages of joining the Shinobi Thieves. So I think Crumble's actually getting patched up by the Shinobi Thief. Yeah, that's actually what's happening. That's pretty cool. Once again, you know, as I was literally just saying how cool it is that there is, like, emergent gameplay that can happen, the Shinobi Thieves just decided to show up and help me out. Now, the reason they're no longer hostile to me is due to a mechanic called diplomacy. So basically what happens is some people are tagged with diplomatic status, and if you heal them or help them out, you'll gain favor. So I'm gonna use their beds for the people that are wounded. No, I don't wanna. Let's see. Alright, Crumble, definitely. Even my main character. Pingu did. Oh, Pingu never even entered. That explains that. These guys are no longer hostile to me, which is kind of funny. I'm going to... With Beep? Maybe? No. With Silver. Pick up the boss. Yoink. And that is one more bounty that we've done. Oh, you're playing dead, are you? We're not hostile with one another anymore. So you don't need to play dead with me. Alright, you should be sleeping. Actually, Silver Shade should be sleeping too. So I'll put the boss down. Week A, you're gonna go pick him up. Fog moving towards Reddenhall. Thanks for the warning. Alright, let's check everyone, make sure that no one needs a little bit of rest that isn't getting it. I guess I can... there's a lot of beds here. Pretty much everyone can grab one. There's a sleeping weird saber there that I can't see. And that is a really weird... I don't know why an assassin would ever dress in that. So week A, you are already super encumbered because you're holding the boss. So, Sadneil, we're going to have you maybe take their weapons away. And then also, now we have this Maito Saber, which is really cool. So let's see who can equip sabers well. Week A actually is really good at sabers. Week A, you are getting an upgrade. Cool. Very cool. Make sure that there's no one better at sabers. King is really good at sabers too. Actually, sorry, but it makes more sense to have this on King. Our big heavy hitter. But I'll give him this Dust King Saber. So he's not screwed. Let's put this on Sadneil. Yeah, just... Oh, I thought you were playing dead. You should have been. But you stopped. I'm mostly just taking their weapons away so that they can't use it against me in any way. Not that I'm worried. I did basically plow through these guys. Burn, you have no backpack, but you can carry some blades. Plus, we can sell these blades. Alright, we didn't encumber you. Good. Ruka, you're next. And I have enough slaves back home, so I think what we can do is we can actually turn these guys in for the bounty. Got caught stealing, huh? Yep, that's not going to happen. A few of them were sort of faking sleep or whatever. I do have to check all the storage containers too. I was waiting for Rhadamant to come to so that he can be the one to do the picking. Trying to level up one picker. Everyone should have some lockpicking skills, but having one really, really skilled picker will help out, because if you ever get to a door that is like really hard to open and you've averaged out everyone's lockpicking skills, no one will be able to get through that door, you know, without some considerable difficulty. Alright, so speaking of Rhadamant, still has a hurt leg, so we'll let him be. Let me try to pick. Huh. I don't know what's going on. Alright, so mostly I think they're disarmed. And there's not a lot of stuff for me to pick through. I can check all of the unlocked stuff with Beep here. And then anything that's locked, I will pick with Rhadamant. Oh, some free meds. Don't mind if I do. A little bit of meat, sure. They had a severe lack of rum here. This time I actually picked up the string of cats, because I'm not an idiot. I can learn from my mistakes. Oh, something happened. One of their Shek members got up. Alright, Rhadamant's leg is no longer damaged in encumbrance. Doesn't mean... Oh, really? That's all that's in there? Darn. I was hoping for something a little bit better than that. Okay, here we go. This is pretty garbage too, actually. But it's free, so... Sure. I guess I'll go for it. Alright, Mew. Steal everything that is not nailed down. Alright, so I think we've pretty much took everything here. Doing a quick health check. You know, I think what I'll do is... Yeah, I know you're hostile to me. I'm totally okay with that. I plan on turning you over to... Actually, where is the bounty? That's, let's see. You are wanted by the Shek. Okay. I'll turn you into the Shek. So this is probably a pretty good spot to finish up this episode. Next episode, I think what I'll do is hit up these Swamp Ninjas next. Now that the Red Sabers are gone, and get the Swamp Ninja bounty done as well. And then maybe, if I have the weight and storage, do some ruins on my way home. So thank you all for watching. I really, really appreciate all of the wonderful feedback that you've been providing. Like I've said many times before, I was not in any way a Kenshi veteran or anything even remotely Kenshi veteran, but all of your wonderful feedback has made me so much better at this game, so I thank you for that. And I hope you have been enjoying this series, and tune in next time. Adios all.